Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be discussing the 5 things I learned managing over $70 million in ad spend. But before we dive in, I did want to mention our channel is doing a monthly giveaway to our subscribers. So if you comment, subscribe, and then hit the red subscription button, you'll automatically be entered in. Great, so we can dive right in. So the first thing that is really vital, and this might be an obvious one, you need to leverage automation, but not just, general automation, Google smart bidding capabilities, right? So when you go into the bidding strategy right here, you have the option to change to maximum conversion value, maximize conversions, and then if you're leveraging SA360, target return on ad spend. And this is really vital, right? When you have a campaign that has millions of keywords and millions of data points, it's going to be impossible for you to just manage the bids on a keyword level, on an audience level, at an ad schedule level, right? So what's important is that you need to zero those out, use a smart bidding strategy, and then allow Google to really learn and move the needle towards likely conversions, right? You know, Google search, and not just Google search, but all search, obviously Google, spearheads it. It's moving away from just focusing on the search and more towards who is searching something, right? What's their past user data? Are they in market, right? So Google's getting much smarter on finding, what type of user is going to hit that target conversion or the target return on ad spend you have set, right? So it's really vital to utilize smart bidding. The second thing I want to say, it's going to be leveraging business data. Okay, so if you go to tools and conversions, you go to measurement, go to conversions, right? Um, you need to be telling Google what leads are turning into sales, right? What sales are large sales that you want to push back into those smart bidding strategies, right? So you can go into uploads, and you can do this in a few platforms. You can actually upload offline conversion data, right? Using Google's G-Click ID, right? So you can import that data into your CRM and then monitor every month. You can have this on a schedule, right? Utilizing Zapier and Google Sheets, because you can connect this directly to Google Sheets. So, you can just plug that in, and so every month it's updating on what G-Click IDs actually turned into sales and what those amounts were, right? So pushing that into the system helps your smart bidding strategy get smarter, much smarter, right? So that's really important. That's number two. Number three, a lot of people have an opinion on this, but from what I've seen, you need to utilize your partnership with Google, right? So, if you have a massive campaign, you're probably going to be using something like SA360, right? And Search Ads 360 is basically an enterprise search engine marketing tool, right? Where you can manage bids across Microsoft, across Google, and really any other search engine, right? And so this tool gives you the ability to really manage budgets and bids at an enterprise level, right? But when you're using a tool like SA360, you also get direct partnership with Google reps, and I mean like real Google reps that know what they're doing, that can give you alphas and betas, right? That can tell you, hey, what your target ROAS that you've set, is not going to work for the actual ROAS that these keywords are driving, right? So if you're a Google partner, if you have somewhat of a large budget, if you're leveraging SA360, have weekly calls with your Google reps. I think it's really important, right? They can give you a lot of amazing consumer insight data, tell you what you're doing. They can even give you competitor data. I've been in the room where some Google reps have told me, hey, your competitors are doing this and it's working for them. Like, you need to be doing the same thing, right? So number three, like I said, work on that relationship with Google and try to squeeze them for everything they have, right? They're a treasure trove of just data and information. And number four, it's going to be understand competitive pressures, right? So in your reports, you just go out to reports, you can understand, right, who are your top competitors? What is your impression share? And what does that mean for you? So it's very important to understand when you have a large campaign or even a small one, like, what is the market really telling you? So you can go into here, type in impression share, and you can put things like absolute top, Where's impression share? Search impression share, and that just tells you basically, out of the 100% of impressions out there, how many are you getting per your keywords? So do you have 50%, 60%, right? And that kind of shows you the scalability of how far you could go, right? I see it's very unlikely you'll ever hit 100%, but if you have really high bids, really high budget, and you've got a pretty good coverage over certain categories, you can get up to 80 and 90, right? On your branded campaigns, you'll probably be close to 100. You'll probably be around 95, 96. The top impression share, absolute top, that tells you how much you're at the top three in the top three spots, right? And that's or not the top three spots. I'm sorry, at the very top spot. And then impression share top is just are you in the top three, right? And so leveraging those three metrics really helps you understand. Okay, where am I? How much am I searching? And then you can see what URLs are higher than me and why is that so, right? And this is going to be really important because this goes to my fifth spot, which is budget management, right? It's really important when you have a campaign or a large campaign, a large account, know when to push and pull budget because budget is the number one influencer. So if you're seeing competitive pressure drop, meaning you're gaining impression share and impressions are keeping steady, start to push your budget, right? Because budget is the number one influencer. You can get better data, jump into new markets, right? And really make up a lot of ground. And a lot of times, if you have really tight goals, budget, you can buy your way out of problems, right? So, if you're in a situation where you're hitting low on conversions, right? You're waiting till the end of the month for your competitors to drop out. Like push that, obviously use this impression share data to make you know, good decisions, but push your budget in that last 30 days, right? So and every industry is a little bit different, but you're gonna kind of want to understand, right, the cadence of who are my competitors, when are they dropping, when are impression share, increasing, when are impressions going up, like when do I need to like pump my budget in, right? Because that's gonna be the biggest lever when it comes to making, smart decisions. So yeah, those are the five really important things I think I learned from managing over $70 million in Google Ads. They can be applied at a $5,000 a month campaign, right? So these are the top tools and tactics that the best highest spending Google ad advertisers are utilizing. But yeah, so if you like this video, like and subscribe, and comment on the other types of videos you want to see me do.